As the International Religious Freedom Summit kicks off this week in Washington, D.C., we turn our focus to the country of Mongolia, a place that has long boasted tolerance and respect for people of every creed. In an exclusive interview with EWTN News Nightly, former Prime Minister and President of Mongolia, Tsakhiagiin Elbegdorj, sat down to chat with us about everything from human rights and the death penalty to his meeting with a beloved pope. Well, Mr. President, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today. We're so honored.
Yeah, you are welcome. Yeah.
So much to talk about. But first, I want to talk about your country, Mongolia, and religious freedom. It has a long history of religious freedom in Mongolia. I also know there's a diversity of faiths there, including Catholics. Can you talk to us about the wide array of faiths in Mongolia and why religious freedom is also very important to you?
Throughout our history, Mongols were very respectful for religious beliefs. And you know that actually Mongolians built biggest land empire. And one of the distinctive feature of that empire was very tolerant to their religious beliefs. During the Mongolian Empire, all those people who actually worked in churches, temples, they were exempted from military service, also from tax. And that was something and to support that belief. And Genghis Khan said, if you are in the hearts, minds of people, that people's body will follow you. And the foundation was, of course, to have that great respect. In 1990, we actually changed our country a lot, and we adopted new constitution. And in our constitution, that's the foundation of one of the foundations of our constitution is we have to be respectful to beliefs.
You do have some Catholics in the country, maybe albeit a small population. And I also know, speaking of Catholics, that you met our beloved Pope Benedict a few years ago. Can you tell us about that meeting?
It happened in October 2011, and I visited Rome and Vatican, and our meeting was very warm. I think I recall that was really one of the best meetings I had, and we talked about our history and our history also including the religious history, and Pope actually very much interested.
It seemed the meeting with Pope Benedict really left a lasting impression on you.
Yes.
Your reflections on what you think may be his lasting legacy?
I think his lasting legacy, of course, his humanity and his love of humanity and his passion to serve in the best interest of humanity, and that we're going to learn a lot from him, I think, from his legacy. Yeah.
And you also met Pope Francis.
Yes.
What was that meeting like?
Yeah, I met Pope Francis, but in a different capacity. I'm the commissioner. There is an organization called the International Commission Against Death Penalty. And we know that Pope Francis have a great attitude towards the respecting and campaigning for life, and also campaigning against death penalty. We talked about how important to campaign for the advocate the life, and how important to abolish death penalty. Yeah.
Why is that it's so important to you?
You know, it was really important. I was one of the young person who established non-governmental movement in Mongolia against communist regime, late 1980s. Actually, that coincided with the fall of Berlin Wall. And during that time, Soviet Union was intact, and that Tiananmen massacre just happened. And because of that, I think that the religious freedom and also that respect, that human life, human dignity is, I think, fundamental thing we are still exercising in my country.